Hey guys, after driving 3 Tesla Model Ys on my channel and 3 Tesla Model 3s on my channel, I concluded that I will take Tesla Model 3 any day over Tesla Model Y. And here are 3 reasons why. Let's just start by saying that the only 2 reasons you want to get Tesla Model Y if you want better, higher ground clearance and you just want more space, right? Now, you have more space here in the front. Yes, this looks very similar to Tesla Model 3, but more space. You want more leg room in the rear, right? There has definitely more leg room and it does feel spacious here. And of course, you want more trunk space. Let me go ahead and open this just to show you how spacious this trunk really is. This is my backpack and you got a lot of room here. And for me, this is where it really ends why you want to get Tesla Model Y.
And here you will say, well, this is exactly why you will get Tesla Model Y, right?
Well, not quite. Let's get into those 3 reasons. Number 1, steering and handling. Model 3 steering and handling is so much better than the Tesla Model Ys. The best way to describe the feel of the steering and this overall feel of this car is that this car is like a go-kart. If you ever been to like a, one of those MB2 racing events, go-karting, especially electric cars, well, this Model 3 feels exactly like that. With an instant pickup, braking, and then look at the steering. Look how responsive it is. I mean, it is incredibly responsive. It's incredibly flat. For those who don't know, Model 3 performance steering and handling, and especially its track package, was developed in close partnership with famous racing driver Randy Popes that you probably saw on Motor Trend channel. And I praised even the base Model 3 for its handling capabilities so much on my channel. What you'll see is that this chassis is very well planted. There's no shifting of the weight left to right. Like what I see in most electric cars like Kia that I drove a few weeks ago, there'll be a lot of weight shifting. And there's no weight shifting. Very direct steering. Wow, this car is just for canyon roads. I mean, if you guys like in Florida driving Tesla Model 3, then you don't even know what this car is capable of, because where are you gonna experience the thrills of this car like this? You gotta come to California or basically anywhere you can take corners like this. I mean, wow. This is like amazing, the speed it can bring in. And like I said, not going super fast, but I'm thrilled the way it's capable to take these corners. And guys, one thing about Tesla Model 3 is that it's a king of the twisty roads when it comes to EVs. The best part about this is a low center of gravity, which keeps the car really like in the center. The body doesn't roll. It's just absolutely amazing. Also, this car is not overly heavy, like for example, BMW i4, so it allows it to move its weight pretty quickly and it really slices the corner. Also, steering is very responsive. In sport mode, it's a little heavier, so it gives you the nice feel when you corner. So the steering just does a fantastic job. Now, how is it different than the 2023 Tesla Model 3? The 2023 Tesla Model 3 feels a little bit crispier. The steering is a little quicker. Suspension, I would say, is about the same. Unless I drive them like literally back to back, I won't be able to tell that tiny difference that they'll have. Otherwise, this suspension is fantastic. One thing that limits this car a little bit is the tires. Number 2 is balance of comfort and sport. Model 3 is still being a firm car, but it's fairly comfortable, especially the refined Model 3 Highland. And when you need it, it's very athletic. Like I said, even the base Model 3 feels really good around the corners. Whereas Model Y, supposed to be comfortable, which it kind of is, but it does have a pretty bad sound insulation from what I noticed in my reviews, and it's not as athletic. Yes, it can take corners, but it's definitely not as fun as the Model 3. And now driving Model Y based on the bumpy roads, where I'm hitting a lot of imperfections, and this is a good place to drive this car because I can discuss its damping, right? How comfortable it is on these bumpy roads. It is fairly comfortable, although I wish suspension had a little bit more smoothness to the way it soaks the bumps. It feels a little harsher than I wanted it to. I think for this type of a car, especially knowing the kind of people gonna drive it who are not car enthusiasts, I think they could totally soften it a little bit, the impact with the road, right? It does feel a little bit bumpy. Now, the other part of it is acoustics in this car. It feels like I'm driving in a fish tank, like in some type of aquarium, because I already mentioned this in the Tesla Model Y dual motor. All the things I hit on the road, all the imperfections, they resound in the cabin. And there's even a little echo, like when you talk, there's a little echo, like I'm in a theater or something. I don't know if it's by design or is it just a little flaw, I would say. To me, it looks like a little flaw more than design. And when you hit all these imperfections on the road, all that transferred into the cabin. So part of the reason why hitting little imperfections on the road doesn't feel good is because of this poor acoustics in this car. So I'm really hoping in the Model Y Juniper they address this issue of providing better cabin insulation so that all this sound from all the things on the road gets resolved in the bottom portion of the car. That's what's going to add to premiumness of this car. The way it is right now, it does not feel premium. Like Model 3, believe it or not, does feel premium, especially the new one. It is more refined. It definitely looks like on par with the BMW 3 Series. The Model Y does not. And number 3 is the overall satisfaction with the Tesla premium feel and fun factor. I think Model 3 highly exceeds in that department compared to Tesla Model Y. It is a very practical car, has a frunk, it has enough space in the trunk, overall spacious cabin, yet it feels premium, has good sound insulation, it is comfortable, yet it is very athletic, it is really nice, sporty, so it gives you that fun factor, good fun experience overall. Whereas Model Y is a good practical EV, it's ergonomical, has good space like I showed you and like you know, yet it does not deliver on that premium feel. Part of it is the poor sound insulation, acoustics in the car where you feel like in a fish tank, and the other part, it just is not as fun, it's not as athletic, right? Everyone was telling us, remember initially, that the Model Y is just a bigger version of the Model 3. Well, that's not the case. These are two completely different cars, and make sure to rent them to experience that for yourself. So there you have it. These are my 3 reasons why I would pick Model 3 any day over Model Y. Like I said, if I'm just looking for EV and I'm looking at Tesla, I will take Model 3 any day. If I'm looking for a crossover EV, then after spending, time with 3 Teslas, I would probably look at the competitors and see what they have to offer. But if I'm just looking for EV for commuting, having fun, then I think Model 3 is a very unique car unlike any other. Let me know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you have? Do you have Model 3, Model Y, and why? And which car do you think you like the most? And I'll catch you in the next video.